Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. It's Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. And we begin with a brand new season. At 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the fall equinox began in the Northern Hemisphere, making the start of cooler weather and shorter days. For the southern part of the planet, just the opposite. Those folks get to welcome the start of spring. On this day, the sun shines directly on the equator, as the Earth's rotational axis is neither tilted away from it or toward it, and the length of day and night is nearly equal. In fact, the word equinox comes from the Latin words equus, which means equal, and nox, which means night. The exact date of the equinox occurs between September 21st and the 24th. The reason? Our Gregorian calendar defines a year as 365 days, but it actually takes the Earth 365 and a quarter days to complete its orbit around the sun. The story surrounding TikTok gets more confusing by the day and may have an impact now on your schooling. The super popular Chinese video sharing app seemingly avoided a ban in the U.S. at the last minute when Oracle and Walmart announced a joint deal to buy 20% of a newly formed TikTok Global. It would be headquartered here, possibly in Texas. The agreement still needs to be reviewed and approved by the Treasury Department. And in the fine print of the deal, President Trump said he wants $5 billion to go into a fund for education, specifically to focus on teaching U.S. history. However, TikTok's owner ByteDance reportedly said the educational fund is news to them. Russia has struck preliminary agreements to sell its COVID-19 vaccine to 10 countries, including Brazil, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and India, but not the U.S. According to the Wall Street Journal, the shot is called Sputnik 5 after the satellite that the Soviet Union launched ahead of the U.S. in the Cold War space race. Officials say the vaccine could be distributed as early as November, pending approval of each country's local regulators. But health experts have a lot of concerns because the vaccine was approved before large clinical trials were finished, meaning it's not completely clear if it's safe and effective. Stress is something many people, young and old, have to deal with every day, but especially now during the pandemic. That's why Girl Scout Lucy Stimson decided to take action and also earn the Scouts' highest honor, the Gold Award, which requires 80 hours of volunteering to create a sustainable difference in the community. To help others battle stress, the young teen from Lincoln, Rhode Island set up a Facebook page and a website to offer a variety of helpful tools like meditation, pep talks, fun videos, and how to make a stress ball. Lucy says the project has helped her by opening up to her family about her own stress and anxiety. And if it can help even one other person, she says, it will all be worth it. One Wisconsin man has been pretty busy during the pandemic. He's planted 2 million sunflowers for one purpose: to give joy to others. Scott Thompson is a fourth-generation berry farmer and said for the last few weeks, dozens of visitors have traveled from all over to wander through his fields, taking pictures and having a good time before the weather turns. He even made sure to plant some shorter sunflowers so people could get that perfect selfie with a sea of yellow behind them. Sunflower season should last until the end of the month, so there's still a little time left to soak in the sunshine in a field of sunflowers. That's it for KidNuz. Now, the KidNuz quiz. Which 2 companies will get 20% ownership of TikTok Global if a deal is approved? Oracle and Walmart. Russia has preliminary agreements to sell its COVID-19 vaccine to how many countries? Ten. Equinox comes from what 2 Latin words? Equus for equal and nox for night. Why did a Wisconsin farmer plant 2 million sunflowers? To give joy to others. In one for the road, the thousands of little florets in the middle of a sunflower actually grow in spirals that go in two different directions and with the specific mathematical precision of what's known as the Fibonacci sequence. Named after a 13th century Italian mathematician, this is a sequence where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. And it's often seen in nature, like in pine cones, seashells, leaves, and even the human ear. Before we go, here's Kim with today's KidNuz shoutouts.
Thanks, Tori. We want to give a big KidNuz shout out today to Ms. Wright and her 5th grade Valley Elementary Tigers in Poway, California. Ms. Harrington's 4th grade class at Marietta School in Stillwell, Oklahoma, and Mr. McLeod's 4th graders at Antrim Elementary in Antrim, New Hampshire. Today's KidNuz birthday shout-outs go to Eli in Tallahassee, Florida, Anson in Seattle, Washington, Cole in Alexandria, South Dakota, and in California, Barrett in Portola Valley, Josue in Poway, and DeLuke in Simi Valley. Thanks for listening, everyone. Don't forget to rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. And we hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.